Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. I'm actually out here. Woo! Actually, out here in the back. The Dallas Cowboys, breaking news, have signed George Iloka to the team on a 1 year deal. Psh, who knew? Who the freak knew that that was going to happen today? So we got a safety. Now, for me, I'm happy, and I'd be at my man cave desk, but Michael's live streaming the AAF game, so that's why I'm sitting out here. But I'm actually excited because tomorrow we'll be able to have a full discussion here on the channel because we'll have E2 Blue, we'll have DMV Dallas Cowboys, we'll have Vosh, we'll have Michael Anthony and everything else. So for me, I'm as excited as possible. A little bit tired. I'll tell you what. Mm, to the Dallas Cowboys offseason. The Dallas Cowboys get a lot of grief no matter what they do, but the Dallas Cowboys have gotten to be methodical. And just about an hour ago, the Colts were talking about free agency because everybody looked at the Colts and said, man, you guys got more money than anybody else. How come you're not jumping after players? And he said, listen, we're not jumping after players just because people in the media think that they're going to be a game changer. We go by the film and everything else and decide who is going to make a difference for our team. And that's the thing. We all believe, oh man, AB, look at his stats. Yeah, but what has the team done with AB? Oh man, we had Le'Veon Bell. Best. Thanks for the super chat there. I can't do the super chat. But I'll go through. I will add you to our contest that we'll do on Monday night drawings. But the team has been very methodical in trying to get guys. And understand, a lot of people look back and say, well, you know, we've got all these wide receivers and they didn't all pan out and this, that, and the other. But hold up. When you go to the draft, think about this. The first 3 rounds of the draft that the Giants had since 2010, only one player is still on the team. One. Understand that everything is a hit or miss. You're not going to hit on everybody that you sign. The key on is getting enough to get over the hump. Because when we look at the guys that we signed, well, hold on. I won't say that this is going to spell doom and gloom for Jeff Heath, because understand, with Minnesota, he only started 3 games, so his numbers were way down. But he's played free safety and strong safety. So in a way, this is another man in the rotation. And they will battle it out. See, Jeff Heath is good in spots, but I don't think Jeff Heath is an every down type guy. That's my personal opinion. Because Jeff Heath's a nice guy. He's made some plays. He's gotten some interceptions in his career. But I think he's better coming off of the bench. And you want to get a good rotation of guys. And that's the difference between a New England. New England doesn't have a lot of guys that are, they're out there every single play. What they're able to do is bring wave after wave after wave of people at you. One and done, come now. Now, how are we one and done? You know what? I see the haters are here in the house. Bring that. I'm going to pull a Michael Anthony Fitness. Bring that hate because that fuels me. There we go. I love it when people hate. I love it. Go ahead, bring it. Because for me personally, the trolls out there motivate me even more. That's just one guy out there that, he'll pop up and call me, fake, a thief, this, that, and the other. And every time I see that stuff, it makes me work that much harder. It makes me want to spread it around so to make sure that every single one of them hears me, sees me, and lets it burn in their soul. So all you haters out there that are saying crap like one and done, even though we weren't one and done this year, even though they said we suck, worst team in football and stuff, their season's over at 3-5, you know what? We rose from the dead. We came back and not only won our division, not only beating the Super Bowl champions twice, we ended up enacting revenge against the Seattle Seahawks. So go ahead, say one and done, say the Cowboys. I don't care because I feel good about my team. I feel ecstatic about my team. And I like the approach that the Dallas Cowboys have done. Because now, my friends, now And tomorrow we'll talk about this with Vosh Lombardi. Now, when you look at the roster right now, going into next month, a little over 1 month from right now, you look at our situation and you say, where do we have to draft somebody? What hole do we have to fill right now? What is the position that we have to get a player for? There's not one that you have to say we absolutely positively have to draft somebody. And that's key. That is key. Because you never know what's going to start falling in the draft. We may have a run on defensive linemen. There might be lights out safety out there that falls your way. It might be a run on quarterbacks and offensive linemen. It might be a defensive end that falls your way. It might be defensive ends, quarterbacks that's runs. And there might be a lights out wide receiver that falls your way. You don't know. But you can look now and say, you know what? That guy right there, how the hell did he fall to 58? That's a stud running back that we can put back there with Zeke. Wow. We'll see, Marine. You think we'll work out something with Quinn? You know what? Here's what I think's happening with Quinn. Again, I thought Iloka was, I thought that was just out of here. But I did see the report, and I talked about this earlier, that that Minnesota wasn't going to offer. It wasn't going to be a Clayton Gathers situation where Clayton Gathers went back to the Colts. Minnesota said, "Nah, we're good. We're okay. You know, you weren't a full-time starter last year. You only started for us 3 games. We're not interested in paying you a boatload of money." He had been to the Raiders, and we know the Raiders, you know, they've been jumping on people and stuff. They didn't jump. So evidently, Cowboys came back or had an offer on the table, and George Steinbach said, you know what? Not going back to Minnesota. Raiders haven't asked me. Ain't nobody else calling. Maybe I'll go to America's team. And that's where we sit right now. With Quinn, I think what happened is this. I think they were trying to pull the wool over the eyes of the Cowboys. I think that the whole thing was drama built up about New Orleans being the place that he wanted to go, that Miami was looking for that cap relief and looking to get a pick. So I think they were looking for like a number 4 draft pick and all that, and say, you know, if we can sneak a pick out of this thing, get some cap relief instead of having to release them, then, you know, we're golden. And I think their asking price might have been a little too high, and the Cowboys started sniffing a rat that maybe there's still a connection there between Sean Payton and the Cowboys, and, you know, they heard the grapevine that Saints weren't really that interested in him. So, no, Sue's too expensive. Forget Sue. Sue's too old. Forget that. Forget that. I'm done. I'm done with old people. I'm done with old people. I'm old. I don't play for the Cowboys and don't need to. So forget Sue. So I think what the Cowboys are doing is they're just letting time be on their side, because Miami's not going to keep him on the roster. They're not going to take that $11 million cap hit. Eventually, they'll release him. It's one of those things that we always stand say, you know, oh, trade this guy for, you know, for J.J. Watt. Nobody's trading. You know, they said trade, you know, Orlando Scandrick, trade that guy, you know, or trade Dez. Nobody's trading for him. They'll wait you out. And sooner or later, you'll be like, well, let's just go ahead and get rid of him and get that cat and save that cap money. So, that's where we are with that. Hold on, guys. Let me go grab something real quick. Don't go nowhere. Just watch the fire for a minute, okay? Just watch the fire a little bit. I'll be right back. All right. Sorry, guys. It was actually a little chilly out here, and get my poncho on. Woo! I'll tell you what, this is a special occasion, okay? Special occasion here. I am a rum drinker. Don't like whiskey too much. Don't like tequila too much. I can drink them, but that's not my thing. Rum, it's made from sugar, of course, cane, is a little sweet. And if you get good rum, it's a sipping rum. And see, this is actually in a shot glass, but this is a bottle my wife got me for my birthday. Ron Zappa Negra. Ah, boy. Smell that. Ah. In fact, let me go get a proper glass for this. Hold on here, guys. Hold on. Yeah. You need a proper glass. And no, not signed Sue. Sue's too much money, and this team is a family. Look at that. Ooh. Here's the thing about rum. I don't know if you know this. When they distill rum, the first go through in the distillery, the rum settles on the bottom. But turpentine is what comes off the top. Turpentine, you like paint thinner? And when they first brew it, it's actually clear. So when you see the light dry Bacardi, that is just the first go round. Literally, it just came through the distillery. It gets its color by aging. Of course, the longer it's aged in the oak barrels, a lot of times it's the barrels that they use bourbon in, the darker it gets. So this is aged actually 23 years. 23 years. I was 30 when they made this. Damn. Yeah. Sorry, behind. Marines, you like watching him, so you lame. Marine, who's your real team? Rod Smith. Who is Marine? Well, I tell you what. One thing. Here's what's cool. I love doing YouTube, and it's okay. I don't. I've got fans from other teams that like to come in and hate. That's cool. That's cool. There's no problem. But it's actually kind of cool because I actually have fans that are Eagle fans that say, you know what? I hate the damn Dallas Cowboys, but I love coming to your channel because you actually make sense. Even though I hate the Cowboys, and I've got Miami Dolphin fans and New Orleans Saints fans, so it's really great to have fans and stuff all together. And I think this is a good sign. Again, he can play free safety. In fact, he played free safety, was actually his best year in Cincinnati, his last year there, and can play strong safety. So it's depth. It's a guy who is, definitely a Chris Richard type of a guy. Good size to him. Not a ball hawk, but you get the right coaching, and maybe that'll be a difference maker. I bet he won't have an. Oh, okay. He won't have an 80 in Madden. Yeah, but again, okay, you know what? Let me ask you this. What did Byron Jones have? I don't do Madden, so forgive me. I don't have time to play games. But what did Byron Jones have going into last year? Let me ask you that. Because going into last year, you had a lot of Cowboy fans and people that were saying, maybe that guy's a bust. You remember that? Do you remember that? But guess what? Got underneath Chris Richard and worked with him. And guess what? Look what he did last year. For a while there, he was the number one rated cornerback in the NFL, and I believe he finished 5th or 6th in the season. So, where you start, and in fact, I would rather get a guy who didn't play, Pro Bowl on another team that we turn into a Pro Bowler, because that's the guy you're getting on the cheap. Think about, say, David Irving. If David Irving had stayed, well, we got him for a ham sandwich with a little bit of mustard on it, and we ended up getting 15 sacks out of him. Okay? We signed Greg Hardy, paid him $8 million, and we got 6.5 sacks out of him. Which was a better deal? Which was a better deal? You follow what I'm saying? And you look at guys that we've signed on our defensive line that Rod Marnelli has taken and turned into very productive players. Antoine Woods, when we signed him, he had 3 tackles coming into his career. He ended up having, I want to say 30 something and 1.5 sacks, 39 tackles and 1.5 sacks after only having 3 tackles in his career before that. So let's get this guy in. Let's get him under Chris Richard. Let's coach him up and let's see what he's going to be. I just love how immediately some fans, when we sign somebody, he's a bum. Yeah, man, that's a nobody, man. Bet he's got an 80 on Madden. But then we turn him into somebody. You follow what I'm saying here? Instead of going through and immediately thinking that this guy is just going to be a bum, maybe we ought to trust the process a little bit more, because this team is not built by a whole bunch of high-priced free agents. This team has not been built by, Pro Bowlers coming here. This team has been built by guys they have found. You understand what I'm saying? Guys they found. Somebody just did a super chat. I don't see where it is. I'm sorry. I'm on my cell phone here. Keep up the good work. Oh, I appreciate it. I will allude. We'll add everybody who does a super chat. We're doing drawings and stuff. And so you'll be added to it. I'll go through the end of the day, and I'll go through and I'll write them up and we'll put them in there. And then Monday night we'll do another one. But yeah, so I'm happy. I'm happy that the Cowboys. Okay, let me catch my breath here. Woosah. Okay, we're calm now. I wanted Earl Thomas. We all know I wanted Earl Thomas. Okay, but not at the price that he got paid. The team is better off, instead of spending 13 or even 12, 13, $14 million on that one guy, that they signed George Iloka to a 1-year deal, which for him is an opportunity to say, okay, I didn't start last year. I didn't have a great season. This is an opportunity that if I play lights out, I can get me another big contract. So that puts an incentive on him to perform. You understand what I'm saying? If you are Landon Collins and you got an $84 million contract, are you hungry? You see where I'm going here with this? Are you hungry to perform? Because I got a 6-year deal that's an $84 million deal. Whether I succeed or not, I know I ain't going to get kicked out next year. I don't have to worry about a contract next year. I'm good to go. So now you got a guy who is hungry to prove himself, because he's trying to get that money like Landon Collins. That is a good thing. And that's a good thing about having young guys who haven't gotten that big paycheck. Okay? How many times have we seen a guy get a big paycheck and then it's kind of like, meh. So you got him hungry. 1-year deal. And that's what New England does. Trey Flowers, give you a great example. Trey Flowers played for New England for 2 years. He kind of came in, it was kind of like, he wasn't really that great, but he played great for New England. So what was he able to do? He was able to cash in. New England, hey, have a nice trip. They bring in Michael Bennett to replace him. So instead of them saying, "Oh, well, we got Trey Flowers here. Let's go ahead and pay him, 50, $60 million. Let him walk. We'll bring somebody else who's hungry to prove themselves." And that's where the Dallas Cowboys, George is 27, I want to say. Should we get a running back? You can look. God, I'm having a brain fart right now. From the Rams. Damn. CJ Stiller. CJ Stiller. His phone's not ringing. CJ is looking to be the back. He's looking to be the starter and things like that. But the reality is nobody's calling him. And that's a guy that he averaged 5 yards a carry. So if nobody's calling you to be the guy, the starter in that big money, you never know that maybe he looks at it and said, you know what, I can try maybe and get Anderson. Look, drinking some rum here, okay? And I'm tired. He's 20. Okay, I said 27, 28, but still, 1 year deal. Doesn't work out? Okay, we're not on the hook. I think Eric Berry was not okay. I think the problem with Eric Berry is the Cowboys never said anything one way or the other because I don't think they wanted to hurt his value. But I think he is not quite healthy, and they're worried about it being a gamble, as well as he's 30 years old and be 31 next year. Well, if you can get Quinn, and I think that the Cowboys are just waiting that one out. Stiller played for Buffalo and then got released, and then he ended up finishing up for the Rams last year. And the Rams were actually fortunate they got him because Gurley was injured. And I'm okay with not doing. I mean, Barry had 3 games of the last, 2 years. Barry, I guess, and he's older. And when you get older, you don't get healthier. You just get older. Outdoors? Yeah, let me pull this camera a little closer. Okay. We're out here on my cell phone here, guys. I almost feel like getting a cigar, but I just don't like the smell of the cigar after I finish smoking it. Well, North Carolina's biggest fan. Actually, it's not. I don't think it'll be just for depth. Actually, you can look for an impact player now because you don't necessarily have any position that you have to get somebody to start on. You can look at somebody who might be an impact player that's fallen. So at least it gives you more options. If you're a team that says, man, I mean, had we looked at this a week and a half ago, you would have said, man, we signed Iloka. Yes, we signed him to a 1 year deal. Yes, we did. We need to keep. Oh, are you kidding me? I don't know how we've been able to keep Will McClay. I'll be honest with you on that one. I think that the Cowboys must have made some kind of a backdoor agreement with him where you are really the GM, just not name, because I can't see how other teams have not wanted to get him because the way we have been drafting and bringing along players, that is a rare commodity. You think Zeke's going to hold out? What am I drinking? I am drinking some pure heaven here. Some Ron Zappa Negra. 23 years old. Smooth rum. Here's to you guys. Cheers. That yard after catch. Okay, Houston wanted Will, but he stayed. Promised. Okay. Oakland Raiders. Oakland Raiders. What are we talking about Oakland Raiders for? This is Dallas Cowboys, and we just signed somebody. And will we trust? Back at you. I got to tell you, for me, the Dallas Cowboys have evolved. And when you think about, okay, let's look from 2010 before. Think about that 2009 draft that we had, which was hell. That draft was so bad. How bad was that draft? That draft was so bad that 3 years after that draft, that not a single player that we drafted was still even in the NFL. Not on the Cowboys, even in the NFL. You remember the Cowboys used to do things like trade a number one and I think a second and a third for guys like Roy Williams. We ended up doing two number ones for Joey Galloway. We'd bring in guys like T.O. We would overpay guys like Miles Austin after 1 year. We would take a number one and number two and move up and take a Morris Claiborne. Jerry Jones was constantly the wheeler and dealer. It's kind of like he was playing a game. Let's roll. We crapped out. We crapped out again. You know, he was constantly gambling and everything else. But from the time they ended up getting Will McClay as head of scouting, which is his title, and I say he's really the GM. I think about last year when the Cowboys were on vacation and Will McClay was here having the meetings with the players. That it's brought stability. From the time they drafted Tyron Smith, they end up saying, you know what? They used to go for the flash and dash, the Ferraris and stuff. And here it is. They're playing on a dirt road. That Ferrari's shaking. It's constantly in the shop. And that started the whole thing of drafting and focusing in on the line because we said we got to protect Tony Romo and getting Ezekiel Elliott so that way we can try and prolong Tony Romo. But they realized after Tony Romo, this is where things honestly changed for the Cowboys. In 2014, when Tony Romo came back against the 49ers and he couldn't throw the ball 25 yards downfield, we were forced to run the football. And we got success with that. And that's when the light bulb went on and it was like, oh my God, we've got something here. We can control the clock. We can keep our quarterback from getting hit as much. We can help our defense out, which isn't that good. And that was the winning formula. And everything since then has been doing that same thing. That's why you got a Zach Martin instead of a Johnny Manziel. Because the old Cowboys would have taken the Johnny Manziel. They would have done the big free agent signings. But the Cowboys are like, no. The way you win this game is not by the flash. It's by the substance. And they're beginning to learn that on the defense like they did on the offensive line. That they're realizing that the defensive line is important. You know, Jerry Jones used to always go through and get has-been for offensive linemen until we got Tyron Smith and Zach Martin and Travis Frederick. And then year after year after year, those guys were Pro Bowlers. And those guys were opening up lanes and making you win. And that's how you win football. That's where I'm hoping that we end up getting Quinn. If you can put Quinn, you get him, rent him for a year or two, and start developing some of the other players and drafting well and continue to reload without saddling yourself financially for the future, then you can continue to win like New England does. That's the way to do it. New England doesn't go out there and spend a boatload of money on free agents. They don't overpay a guy and get saddled with a lot of dead money. You want to walk? No problem. I'll take the money. I'll take the compensatory pick. I'll pick some other people to fill it in. And the Cowboys have slowly learned how to do that. I don't know exactly what he signed for because it just broke and I decided, I'm coming out here and having a drink and I'm a live stream with you guys, but it's a 1-year deal. 6'6" receiver Hakeem Butler from Iowa State. Well, I tell you what, guys, tomorrow we're going to have a ball. I got a lot of work to do. I got to go patch a hole in the wall and fix a light. I got a sand cabinets and stuff. I need to clean up the man cave. But we're going to be cooking some chicken wings tomorrow. We're going to have the live stream of the off season. I don't know that anybody else can match what we're going to be doing here at Jobu's Man Cave. We're having Vosh in town, having E2 Blue, DMV, Michael Anthony, and myself, and a whole bunch of chicken wings. We're going to have a freaking ball. We're going to be talking about this. We're going to be talking about where the Cowboys go with the draft. And the thing I love, I get so much stuff going on. I know I'm all over the board here, guys. But Vosh Lombardi, he's young. He's opinionated, okay? He'll call y'all the 80% idiots, but he knows his shit. I know the Dallas Cowboys. Somebody just did a super chat. Thank you very much. I'm on my cell phone out here. Sorry, I was just so excited. I just popped this in here, so it's hard to see the super chats and to see the comments on here. But going to the draft and sitting there with Vosh next to me, I didn't have to know crap. All I had to do was turn to Vosh and say, "What do you know about this guy?" And he is just like a machine gun. Bam, bam, bam. Well, this guy, da, 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 da. And I'll never forget what he said about Michael Gallup. He said, Michael Gallup will make you forget about Des Bryant. Now, we'll see if that happens. Or how, he started to make some strides as the season went on. And I believe that he is going to be the real deal. So I can't wait to get Vosh over here and get his breakdown on Iloka, as well as some of the guys that the Dallas Cowboys should be targeting. I wish, in fact, that he was going to be going to the draft, but he's going to be in Vegas. But we're going to definitely be there at the draft. Looks like, oh, okay. Sorry, the chat's froze up there. Damn. I see Cowboys Nation, thank you very much for the super chat. What's happening, everybody? Whoa, the chats were way behind. Okay. 13-3 in 2019. Okay. Oh, he's going to need Taco. Taco better read the writing on the walls. So we're definitely going to be having a ball out here tomorrow. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Shit. Sorry, it's breaking news on the NFL. I can kill mine. I can end mine and go back inside. Well, Miss Jackie, how you doing? I had not played. Listen, I was actually sitting in the chair, spending time with my wife, and she's watching a J-Lo movie. Things you have to do when you're married. And I was just like, you know what? I'm about ready to go to bed, and all of a sudden, bam! It was like the football god said, "Here you go, Mark. Here's something for you." Here's George Iloka being signed by the Cowboys to get me the hell out of there. Oh, honey, breaking news with the Cowboys. Gotta go. And I was gone. It was funny, actually, today because Black Simba, E2 Blues frat brother, got married today. And there's a picture of him and Jalen Smith. They're together, dressed up, ready to go and all that. And so I tweeted back at them and I said, "Welcome to the madness." Or I said, "Congratulations, welcome to the madness." And then I put in parentheses, "mad," and then outside parentheses, "ness of marriage." Because it is madness, I gotta tell you. So, hats off to my man. And in case you just tuned in, the Dallas Cowboys, well, he's opinionated. His whole thing with Jason Garrett is, well, I know Jason Garrett, he's good for at least, as he put it, 10 to 13 wins a season. So you hold on to that guy. He's kind of coming around a little bit off of that somewhat, just a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. But I shouldn't hog up all the airspace because there's a lot of other YouTubers out there that want to get in on this, and this is not my typical night. And we got all the other stuff going on, especially Michael Anthony doing the game. He's gonna be mad at me. Dark web. What's happening, Michael? Taco will step up his game and we're going to the Super Bowl. I won't go that far just yet. Heather Cummings, no. The Realist, you trying to change Vosh? Oh no, I'm not trying to change Vosh. He's a grown ass man. I don't know if I'm the man or not. I'm just a man that's out here, just one of many. I wouldn't count on Gregory getting a small suspension. The way they've been going after Tyrone Crawford, like, yeah, they're just looking to get somebody at the Cowboys. They want to make sure that somebody is suspended to start the season. When we start talking draft prospects, probably tomorrow with Vosh here. Do I think Moore has what it takes? Time will tell. Did anybody think Sean McVay coming from the Redskins had anything? It could be one of those things, sink or swim. He runs with it and is great, or it could be that I don't know. There's no book out on him to know. No, we signed safety from Minnesota. Actually, only had a cup of coffee, Minnesota. George Iloka. I think it's a good signing. I think because he's played free safety and strong safety, although free safety was his suit, I think it's a good pickup. It's a 1 year deal, so if it doesn't work out, there's no dead money to go with it. So I think, yeah, I think this is a really good pickup. I think this is a value pickup. This is not one that's going to break the bank, and it leaves you flexible going into the draft. So yeah, on Quinn, everything is quiet on Quinn right now because I think the Cowboys are waiting out Miami because I think Miami wanted too much as far as draft compensation from 2020. And I think the Cowboys are saying, you know what, Miami's not going to hold on to him. We've already met the guy. We think we got a good chance if he's a free agent to go ahead and sign him. And so they're just waiting. Do I think? I think he probably will replace Heath as a starter. I think it's a possibility. So time will tell. There you go, Joseph. How you doing, man? Time will tell on that one if he does or doesn't. Quinn is a backup, bro. He won't be a backup on defensive end. No, he won't. If he comes to the Cowboys, he will be starting a defensive end. Yeah, we need a defensive end though. We need somebody to rush. And you got to understand how Rod Marnell works his defensive line. It's all about rotations and keeping guys fresh. And so Quinn is not a fat guy that's put in the middle. Quinn is more like a fast bulldozer on the outside. He's a pass rush specialist. If we get an outside rusher, that defense will be stout. Cowboys going all in next season, it appears. They are, but they're doing it methodically where they're all in, but it's not going to kill them for the future. And that's the difference. When you look at some teams, like you say, some teams go through, okay, give you an example, the Redskins. The Redskins are going all in on getting Landon Collins, but they don't have a quarterback. I told everybody to get over around 3 o'clock or so. Knowing like E2 Blue is always late, and I have no idea if Vosh is going to be on time or not. So sometime after 4. That's exactly what I said, Samuel, is I believe that the Cowboys are just waiting for them to cut Quinn. If Sue is not signed, I think Sue's not going to come off his price tag. I mean, if you can get him on the dirt cheap, sure. I wouldn't turn it down, but I'm not paying him $13 million like he wants. Actually, $15 million is what he wants. Draft a running back. Hey, Mark, what's your question, Michael? How am I doing? I'm doing good right now. I'm sitting out here with the fire, got my Cowboys poncho on, having a little tasty beverage here. We still need a solid running back. I'm not going to lie with you on that one. It's funny because my man, people are like sending me messages. In case you hadn't heard that we signed Iloka. It's like, yeah, I've been on for 40 minutes live streaming about it. Shout out to Alex from Big D. Okay. Pass on Sue if he wants 15 million. I'm okay without Sue. Well, we can draft one, but there's also still some other guys. Understand, here's the thing. Understand. We're far away from having the final team that's here. This is just the first wave of free agency because what's going to happen is right after the draft, You're going to see teams that are going to get players that they didn't know that they were going to get, and you're going to start seeing a lot of veterans, a lot of guys that are good players, that are going to be on the street early in the spring. Then you got that third wave, which is really the bargain basement bin, um, during training camp, where players getting cut left and right and teams moving on for people. So understand that we don't have to have everybody in place right now, and there's going to be some great value picks that you can get later on. CJ is looking to be the starting running back. So right now, unless he gets a little desperate, a little bit more desperate, and nobody's been calling him so far, he's looking to be the starting back. He doesn't want to be the backup. Well, see what you do. Here's where you're looking at the draft, though. If you see a great safety, you go ahead and draft him. If you see a great offensive lineman, you draft him, because then you can look and say, okay, where's some dead weight that I could cut? Sorry, my knee is killing me today. Um, if you end up finding a great player in the draft that is, you got a veteran who's kind of high price that you can replace with, then you cut him and you create some more cap room. And yeah, my man is like at 6'4", Chris Richard will definitely like him. Man, I am like really in pain tonight, guys. I'm sorry. Um, I'm definitely gonna need to take some ibuprofen tonight because my knees are killing me. Um, that's what the rum is for. No, we're not. This bottle is not a cheap bottle. This is like special occasion type rum. So we're getting one glass for the night, and that's gonna be it. Um, well, here's the thing about Iloka. You gotta like. He's big, 6'4". That's big for safety, and so you now have somebody who can cover those taller wide receivers and stuff. The guy has been a better free safety than strong safety, so you have some flexibility there, and you can look for different matches and things where he's going to be able to play better. Yeah, he is a good tackler. The President Day bottle is still up in the. I haven't opened that one up yet. Saving that one for a special occasion. Um, you asked. I'm sorry, Michael. It's about this big on the size of them, and it's flying through because there's so many people on right now. Well, the great thing is they may draft a wide receiver, but it's going to be one of those things that they're going to look at the best player at first, that's available first. Jay Ajayi, see, here's the problem with Jay Ajayi. Jay Ajayi, the Cowboys were interested in the draft originally for him, but there was problems with the knee, and that was one of those things that they say that his knee was basically bone on bone and was not going to have the longevity, and he's already started to break down, and I'm not sure that he's going to have that much left in his career. Is Lance Dunbar still in the league? I don't know if Lance still is or not, but he had injury issues as well. I still want the what? No. I think Dunbar's a free agent, but see, Dunbar, he had flashes of really nice games and stuff. Was great out of the backfield and catching, but just could not stay healthy. And I think he's gotten a little too much under Duke Johnson. They're going to hold on to him because of the suspension of what's his name? Because of Hunt being suspended for 8 games. They were looking at trading him before, but then it's like, oh, we're going to miss Hunt for the first half of the season. Let's hold on to him for a bit. Oh no, I ain't got that kind of money to be for a preseason game to go to Hawaii. No, from the East Coast, that's like 17 hours of flying. No, I ain't got. That'd be like $1,000 flight. Sorry. DeMarco Murray's retired. Why? DeMarco Murray's retired. Check out the running back from Oklahoma State. Okay. DeMarco Murray, college coach now. Did he get a job as a college coach? That's cool. Mark, I don't know what was the question. I can't read the names on here too good. Paid to coach the Cowboys. That's possible. Kitna will help Dak with his accuracy. I think Kitna will be better as far as the mechanics go than Kellen Moore was. I think Kitna had more experience going around and actually playing than Moore will. And that's the difference because a lot of people are like, well, look at what Dak did last year. Well, technically, Dak started out kind of slow and finished up really strong. So in some sense, you can say, well, was that Scott Linehan or was that Kellen Moore? Um, and calling plays is different than teaching mechanics. You follow what I'm saying on there? Uh, boy, somebody's got some juicy stuff that I keep trying to tell him he needs to put it out there because it would just blow up. And he's sending me some messages now, and I was like, man, if I mean, that's like it's gold. It's not pretty, but it's something that boy, if you're listening to my man, you got to use it, dude. I told you my opinion. Put it out there, man. I do a couple of videos on it. Predict the pick? I can't predict it. I don't know. It's going to be, it's really going to matter what happens at the draft. At 58, it's too far out to go ahead and say. I mean, if you're talking about like you're the 15th pick, you can say, okay, well, this team needs a quarterback, this team needs a defensive line. You can kind of get a feel for it. But at 58, you have no idea what's going to fall that far. Yeah, well, good luck at trying to get Stephen A. Smith to debate me. Yeah, right. Mm. Wait. Colin, Colin Chivera? I need to drop you. Okay, wait a minute. I've got to make sure I get this one for you. Colin, where is it? Colton, I can't pronounce your name. Chivera, you're in bed with your wife. Roll over and give her a kiss. Roll over, give your wife a kiss, right? Tell her I said to give you a kiss. Okay, to give her a kiss. Um, and I said your name. Okay. Okay. Am I back? Am I right side up? Okay. So Colton, make her say your name now. Okay, I said it for you. That's right. Get him a Zeke Elliott jersey. All right. In fact, get him a Dak one too. Um, you want the DN and running back from Boise State this year? Okay. I want a 350-pound beast in the middle myself. She's literally ordering it now. You owe me, dog. You owe me. Okay. Um, Will Rico Gathers going to start this year? I hope he gets an opportunity. I don't think he'll get a chance to start. I hope that they actually kind of say, you know what? Why don't you slim back down to where you were before because he was too. He just did not move right, and he's not real. I mean, he blocked pretty well, but he would be better. Um, oh, there's a lot of guys that are 350 that pass the physical now. 350 isn't that much. I mean, I was 270, and I was at 5'10. That may have Rico on the practice squad. I owe you. Okay. Well, send me a picture of you wearing that jersey. Okay, that'll be thanks enough. Well, oh, Chris, I would love for that to happen. That if Jason Garrett got fired, that we would end up having Chris Richard. The only other person I would rather have than that would be if Sean Payton came and Chris Richard was our defensive coordinator. That would be my dream right there. Because get Sean Payton on our offense and Chris Richard on our defense. Because if Chris Richard became the head coach, then you need somebody else for the offense. You follow what I'm saying there? So you would get both with Sean Payton and him. Quinn, I think the Cowboys are trying to wait him out. Well, let's hope that Jason Witten makes Rico better because here's the thing about Jason Witten. Jason Witten, before nobody got developed at tight end as long as Jason Witten was there. Nobody really got on the field. So hopefully this is going to be a different role with Jason Witten, that he's more of a specialist as opposed to an every down guy, but is that teacher and coach. How do you always, why do you guys always want too much money? There you go. Well, Ricky, I'm glad you got it on there too. Actually, I should actually have it back here by Monday or so. I can't wait to see it. Unfortunately, I didn't get very many pictures from people that had it and stuff. A lot of people are like, I want to sign, but I don't want my picture posted. Um, Cowboys fan 89 is going to make Schultz and Jarwin better. Rico's gone. I don't know if Rico's gone because Rico's only costing a potted meat sandwich, really. Yeah, you're right. Sue does want 15 million, which is like, sorry, not interested. That's what, man, North Carolina's biggest fan. That would be my dream. Is Randall Cobb better? If Randall Cobb is healthy, he's definitely better than Cole Beasley because he can play inside and outside. He can come out the backfield. There's a lot of things you can do with him. So bring back Parcells. Hugh, thanks to E2 Blue for signing it at Lucky's. Oh yeah, no problem, man. You can come on tomorrow during a live stream. You can thank him for, directly too, or subscribe to his channel and make sure you can thank him that way. Well, according to the NFL stuff, they've got the Eagles better. They've got the Browns better than the Cowboys. That's what's funny. What position would I draft first? Again, Sal, I would have to say it depends on what's there. Um, I still think you need a tight end, but I don't think about drafting a tight end in the first. I mean, with your second round pick, I still am a defensive line type guy. I still would like to have the fat guy in the middle. Um, The Browns look good. Okay, let's back up here. Let's preface it this and understand that just because you've got a lot of players that played well elsewhere doesn't mean immediately they're going to come together and play great as a team. Understand it takes time for players and a system to develop. That may be a great team not next year, but the year after those guys get used to playing with each other. But I'm not ready to give them the Super Bowl like some people are right now. Uh, Cowboys fan 309. Don't ask me. Think about guys like Russell Maryland, or Leon Lett that we used to have, man. That clogged up the middle. They don't. This Cowboys group just doesn't believe in them. Oh, I'll be at the draft. Actually, that's one of the things we're going to be discussing tomorrow. Is I got to find out how many of the guys are going to be going, so we know how big of an R&D we need to go get. But it is getting late, and I don't want to hog up all the airways. And we're going to be doing a whole lot tomorrow, so tune in tomorrow, guys. I'm going to let everybody else go ahead and clog up the airways. It's selfish of me to be the only one out here kind of grabbing you guys. So do me a favor, go back to my man Michael Anthony Fitness, hit him up on his chat, check out E2 Blue, DMV Dallas Cowboys, check out Shango, check out my man Law Nation, check out everybody. Thank you, Ty, very much. Everybody who did a super chat tonight, thank you very much. I will make sure that I add all of your names to the list for the drawings, and we'll do another one on Monday. So, as always, friends, thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report.